Okay, lesson 8-6. We are on journal page 266. Okay, sharing money. It says work with a partner. You are going to work with me. Put your $10 and $1 bills into a bank for both of you to use. Okay, you might not have money, and that's fine. You can just draw pictures. Or if you want to use fake money, if you have a Monopoly game at home, you can definitely go ahead and take that out, but make sure to clean up everything when you're done. Let's see, number 1 says, if $54 is shared equally by 3 people, how much does each person get? Well, this is letter blank represents what? So we have to come up with a symbol. Well, what are we talking about? What letter would be a good one to represent what we don't know? We're talking about $54, 3 people, how much does each person get? So how many dollars is each person getting? Well, we don't know that, so let's put D for dollar. And what does it represent? Well, it represents the number of dollars each person gets. That's what D is going to stand for in my number model. So make sure you write that in. It's a pretty understandable letter that we would use because we're talking about it. Okay, now we have to come up with a number model with people, with a letter. That means we aren't solving it. We need to write an equation that has a letter, and we chose D. Okay, so I know there's $54 total, and it needs to be split into how many groups? Needs to be divided equally into how many groups? Equally by 3 people. Well, I know to divide equally, or to put them equally, I need to divide. So I could have 54 divided by 3, and do I know my answer? No, not yet. So my answer is D, because this will tell me how many dollars each person gets. Now, if I wanted to do fact family, could I write a different model with the letter? Of course. I could say 3 times D equals, and then $54. Fact family, I could also have D times 3 equals $54, or I could have 54 divided by D equals 3. But I like to write this way, so I know I'm taking 54 and putting it into 3 equal groups. Okay, to show how I would use a picture or use numbers, I'm going to use a picture for this one. I'm going to draw 3 people. And, well, I know I'm using $10 bills and $1 bills, so I'm just going to automatically see if I can put $10 in here. Let's see, I have 10, 20, 30. Okay, I'm at 30. Can I put 10 more dollars in each? 30, 40, 50, 60. Oh, it's not going to work. So I need to start putting ones in until I reach 54. Well, right now I have 54. Take away 30. So 54 minus 30 equals 24. Maybe I know that fact. Do I know what 24 divided by 3 is? You think about it. Maybe that's a fact you know. 24 divided by 3. Well, I know 24 divided by 3 is 8. So that means 8 can go into each group once. So 10 plus 8, 10 plus 8. Oh, technology. And 10 plus 8. So let's see, what does each person get? Well, each person has the same amount, 10 plus 8, which is $18. 18, Miss Schmidt's favorite number. So each person gets $18. Wonderful. And you see how I had, remember, the letter was in this equation, and then our answer goes down here. Okay, I want you to try number 2 all by yourself. And we're going to look at the try this. Okay, so finish. So this one is, number 2 is a lot like number 1. It says if $68 is shared equally between 4 people, how much does each person get? The letter, remember the letter and what it stands for. Remember how specific I was. I just didn't put dollars. I said the number of dollars each person gets because we're trying to figure out how much each person gets. So the letter number model, remember again, with a letter. Then use that picture. So to start, remember, I knew there was 3 people, so I drew 3 boxes. So remember, here we have 4 people. So you try that on your own. Then $72 divided by 6 and $84 divided by 3. That's kind of like if I were to take off this money sign, it would just be 72 divided by 6 and 84 divided by 3. So figure out what that factor would be. But remember, you will need your dollar sign because that will be your label. Okay, then try this. We're going to do number 5 together, and you're going to try number 6 by yourself. So 49 divided by 4. Can 4 go into 49 equally? You know what? It can't. I know that, I know 12 times 4 equals, oh my goodness, 48. So how much, oh boy. I know 12 times 4 is 48. So we're going to have a remainder. Remember, that's when we have something left over. So we need the big R for remainder. Remainder, how many more to get to 49? Remainder 1. So I know that we're going to have 12. We're going to have $12, and, well, we're dividing into 4 equal parts, so that would be like 12 and 1 left over 4. So 12 and 1/4 dollars. I'm trying to think, though, what's another way we could write 12 and 1/4? Well, think about this as 1/4 of a dollar. What are 4 coins that make up a dollar? What are 4 coins if I have 4 of the same thing that equal a dollar? Well, I know 25 cents. Oh, this is not turning out. 25. Oh, I put a dollar, didn't I? So 25 cents and 25 cents and 25 cents. So what's another way I could write this instead of saying 12 and 1/4 dollar? Well, I could also say $12 and a quarter. I should have just typed this out, but here we are. $12 and a quarter. 1/4. Right? Because it's 1/4. So 1/4 out of 4, that would make a dollar. Or I could also write it like $12 and 25 cents. Okay, so I have 3 ways that I could write my answer. So you figure out how many times 6 can go into 93. What's our remainder out of 6? And how could I write that? Okay, go ahead and do that. And then when you're finished, go to Math Pages 267. Next page. Keep up the awesome work.